Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this file and they're drawing a perfect circle and they're having trouble connecting the line. They're going to do a neon light. So I'm going to make a copy of this and I am going to make it a light gray just so we can kind of see better. And this is just the way I would do it. If we take our parallel dimension tool and measure this right here, well, it's hard to measure when it's a text. So uh, let's go up to object and convert it to curves. And then when we do that, we can get a better measurement because we'll snap to that edge, holding down the control button so it'll go perpendicular. So we got 0.76. So I'm going to draw another, because I want it right in the middle. I'm going to take another line from right here to right here. And I'm going to change my nudge factor to 0.76 divided by 2 is 0.38. I'm going to take my line and nudge it over 3/8. That way it's right in the middle. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to measure this distance just so you can get it right in the middle. Parallel dimension tool, hold down the control button so it'll be perpendicular. This one's 0.50, so our nudge factor now is going to be 0.25. And we're going to take another straight line. Let's get rid of this text. We're going to take another straight line. I don't have to make it as long, but I'm going to go ahead and make it long, about to the curve, and I'm going to nudge it down. That way it's right in the middle. Now, this appears to be about the same distance, 0.46. So we're going to change our nudge factor to 0.23. And this is more than he asked, but I thought I'd go ahead and do it. So let's get the 2-point line, and tell you what, the only way to really do this would be to go from there to there and then take your pick tool and make it longer, maybe even on both ends. But then I need to go to here and I'm going to nudge it down point. So that's pretty much the length we need. Just for us grins, I'm going to make another 2-point line and about where the curve is, take my virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. Now this is just the way I would do it. I would get my 3-point curve line and I would go from right there to right there. And then I would hold down the control button to get a perfect arch. And you kind of want to watch, see there we'll start getting back to where you had a circle. Now we can make that larger in just a minute and extend that out. But we'll do that in just a second. I'm just going to ballpark. You can see he's short, but there's a reason for that, for the neon lights, I guess. We're just going to go to the midpoint and go like maybe like right in there. And you could actually put a little bit of a, he's doing a straight line. You could put a little bit of a curve to it. Take both the nodes and right click and turn them into a curve, and then just kind of get your arrow and kind of follow that. I mean, if he's going to do a straight line, then he doesn't need that. Now this, he's cutting that off there, so we're just going to get a 2-point line and just hold down the control button. I'm going to move it down. And then I'm going to take the virtual segment delete key and delete those 2 lines. And then I can delete this line. Same thing here. I should have measured the distance. We can, but I'm just going to ballpark it. I'm going to get another 2-point line and just put it over here. So we do want that to be the same. He can measure that distance and then delete that line. Of course, we want to go ahead and delete that line. And we'll go ahead and delete that line so it intersects with that one. Now I said that we could, well, we need to delete that line. That's pretty close. I mean, if he wants a straight line, he can do a straight line. It's a little bit more bulgy right here. So what we can do, let's see what our nudge factor is. First of all, set your duplicate distance on 0, 0. And this is going to be a good reason. So this R is, it's 2.5 inches. So we're going to make our nudge factor 3. I'm going to nudge this out of the way for a second. I'm going to take my smart fill tool and fill that in. And then that way it's going to be 1 unit. I'm going to nudge it out of the way. And I can left click. I'm going to go ahead and right click in red. And if you want it, see here, we've got a even flow. Let's set our nudge factor on something pretty little, like 0.1. We're going to take our shape tool and grab all 4 of these nodes, and I'm just going to move them. You see, I elongated it, so that might be too much. So we'll go 0.05, get our shape tool back, grab all 4 of those nodes and just nudge them back. You can't really, because this R is like it is, you could do that, but I don't think you need to. And then we can take this away, and you can see the broken parts. So now we can take this red line, and I think I had my nudge factor set on 3, and we'll nudge this back, and then make them all blue like he had. And if he wants a straight line, just replace it with a straight line. I think it would add a little bit to it. But see, joining 2 nodes like this one won't be bad. We'll just do it real quick. If we look, and we'll get the parallel dimension tool, and from that node to that node see, that's 0.15 inches. So we'll get our shape tool, shift select both of them, then select both of them, go up to Windows, Dockers, Join Curves, and see, I've got mine set on 0.1, so I'm going to go 0.16 and hit apply, and it joined those 2 nodes. Now this is going to be a little bit different. I don't know how it's going to react. I don't really think it's going to work. I'm going to shift select both, then select both, and hit apply, and see it's going to do that. The only really way to connect those 2 lines is just, I had them both selected, is just snap to it. Anyway, I think that looks pretty good. I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.